Hey everybody, I'm here today with Ben, our growth director here at Inbound. My name is Liam and I am the marketing lead. And we're here today to talk about a question we're starting to see a lot more kind of being asked when it comes to marketing and your marketing stack and everything that's incorporated in that. And that's looking at how do you actually assess the growth problems you're having accurately without just giving yourself a prescription answer. Actually looking at what you're facing, what you're dealing with, and then trying to find the right solution. This kind of goes across lots of different roles: entrepreneurial, small business, marketing managers at a higher level. So I thought I'd bring Ben in today and have a chat about it. This is one of his areas of expertise. So what would you say is the way right now that businesses facing this issue of not understanding where their problems actually are for their growth, what's the way they can kind of counter this?
Cool, okay. So I think a good place to start would be to talk a little bit about like how we've dealt with this like over the years, right? So since we started Inbound a few years ago, the main way we deal with problems is that people come to us with a problem and they'll say, hey, we're having trouble with ranking on Google, so therefore we need you to rank us higher on Google. Or we don't have anyone to write blogs, we don't have content, clearly we need it, so can you write blogs for us? So on and so forth with email marketing and ads and everything else too. So it's less of a diagnosis of a core problem and it's more something they've discovered that they're missing and then they're asking us to fill that gap.
Yeah.
And like while that's good and while we can provide that and help them rank higher on Google and write their content, what can often happen is that we'll miss identifying what the real issue is or what the real kind of like what the real proponent for growth is going to be. So what we're starting to see now as we get a little bit more onto this with clients before we actually start work with them is to kind of dig deeper into these problems.
Yes,
yeah. So kind of diagnosing problems alongside the team that we're going to work with, as opposed to receiving instructions and then just following this.
Cool. Is this something, obviously, as we've been through the journey of Inbound, something that you've seen become more of an issue as businesses start seeing their competitors kind of branch out digitally, and have you seen this become more and more of an action at this kind of, my competitor is doing this, I also need this kind of approach?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, and that's the main reason we see, like that's how we see digital competition these days is you look at what your competitors are doing, I'm not doing that, they clearly must be doing well, so therefore I need to do that. Which again, like might not necessarily be the actual right thing to do, or it might not actually be what's going to solve the problem.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so one thing that we've started here, and one thing that we did this week that was really fun was run ourselves through that first design sprint. And the whole point of that is to identify core problems, and this is really strong because it's throughout the team, everyone's input on what they think core problems are from different departments, whether that's sales or marketing, development, operations, executive level. Where does everyone think the core problems are?
Yeah, cool.
Once we get all that kind of stuff out, we align on where focus is. So where do we actually need to spend our focus to potentially solve all these core issues we have? Do we need to focus on attraction, acquisition, or retention? So bringing people in towards us, converting them into customers, or keeping them happy and bringing them back for more. So which of those three areas are going to give us the most benefit? And then once we understand that, then deciding what we're actually going to do to solve that problem.
Awesome.
So getting everyone to kind of sit down, create some solutions, and then from that have a set of experiments to run over the next few months to address that certain problem we've identified within that area that we know we need to tackle. So it's a very specific way of achieving problem solving and growth, as opposed to a self-prescribed method of I need SEO because my competitor's slightly higher than me, or I need content because somebody else was writing all the...
Yeah, gotcha. Cool. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So these growth workshops as well, I understand the same that we're starting to incorporate a lot more now for ourselves, but also it often now will make it for clients and or future prospects as well.
Yeah, so what we're going to do for the next few weeks is run these growth workshops on the house. So we can come out and facilitate it. It's a 3-hour long process where we sit down with you and we run you through the same workshop of identifying problems, aligning on focus, and then creating solutions as experiments to go and then run.
Awesome.
So yeah, it takes 3 weeks. It's going to be on the house for the next few months. So book us in, and we'll come out and we can run it for the next 3 weeks, and it's a really cool thing.
Awesome. All right. Well, quickly recap what we're going to today. So, looking at how we identify problems for growth rather than just prescribing solutions that seem to be either what our competitors are doing or what we feel is right. How do we actually do that as a business? Like, how do we look at those situations? Obviously, for us, to design sprints and growth workshops, and using that as our solution. And so, if that's something you are interested in, hey, feel free to reach out. Ben at inbound.org.nz or Liam at inbound.org.nz. Jump on the website, have a look. But yeah, we'd obviously do an awesome opportunity and we'd love to help you out. So get in touch. That's us for this Friday. Cheers.
Cool. Thanks, guys.